Welcome back, guys. On today's video we're going to continue on with our security for the van. This week we have a new item from Reolink. They were kind enough to send us this unit completely free of charge to include in this video. There will be links in the description below should you wish to go and pick it up. This is actually not going on the van. This is actually going to go on the house overlooking the van. So it's a floodlight CCTV. So this time we're actually able to look at the van rather than from the van, as it were. So when we're at home, this is what we'll be using to protect the van whilst parked on the driveway. This is the new Reolink Elite Floodlight with Wi-Fi, which has a 180-degree view and a floodlight built in. For those of you who have been around the channel a while, you know we've done quite a lot of work with Reolink in the past. This is a sponsored video, however, the comments and views are our own. So to start with, let's open the box and see what you got inside. First thing you come to is the top tray that's got all your instruction booklets, etc. in it. And then underneath we have the main unit itself, and then a box here which I believe could well be to do mounting it. Let's have a look. Yep, so we've got all of the brackets for mounting it to the wall, including a big plastic spanner which is to tighten up the locationing of the camera. We also have a USB-C lead. So let's take out the camera itself. Now we have the unit out of the box, we get to have a proper look at it. We have the main camera itself in the middle, which has got the two lenses on it, same as what we got on the van sort of setup. So we've got 180-degree of view from the one camera. It also has two floodlights on it. This gives 3000 lumens. It is variable down to 0, but personally I think I'm going to have it as bright as possible because I want to light the area up to make sure that people know this camera is lit up. If I turn the unit over, you can see the mounting points, the wiring, and there is a gasket seal here to keep it watertight in the back. The lights are adjustable like so, and with the spanner that is provided I can release off this nut, position the camera accordingly. Let's go there for now, and then tighten it back into place, and adjust the lights to where we want them to be to give us the best amount of cover for the camera, like so. These obviously need to be adjusted once it's mounted. Turning the unit back over, this part that's got the gasket on is removable. There are 2 points there which line up with the screws on the front here and here. So what you do is you mount this to the wall, you then hold the camera up, and then you screw it into place. That will hold it nicely on the wall. You're also able to adjust each of these lights Kelvin level so that you can adjust it from a warm light through to a colder light, so anywhere from 3000 to 6000 kelvins. It also features a multi-light mode which you can set to always on, or you can switch it to a ambient light from sort of dusk till dawn, and it will light up when people approach. And coming back to the camera itself, like I said earlier, it has a 180-degree of view, capturing in 4K 8 megapixel for that ultra clear image. And the nice thing about the Reolink cameras is that you can actually set them up so they can dynamically sort of pick up certain things like animals or people or cars, etc. And then when you look back over the footage, you can actually filter accordingly. So if you're looking like we do, wildlife in the night that comes past the van, as it were, you're able to then, rather than looking for every bit of footage, you can just go, well, I want to look at the animals, and it shows you that. Again, respectively, if you want to see intruders, you can put people or cars, etc. One other nice unique feature is the AI video search. So you can type in, for example, you're looking for a white car, and it will look through the video footage and find you a white car or footage with a white car in it. So if you are looking for something in particular, it really does help with that. The unit also features infrared night vision. So you have 2 on this side and 2 on this side. The one in the middle is a status LED. To set up the camera, use the provided USB-C lead. You do need to open up the bottom of the camera to gain access to the slot, which I'll do right now, and then I can plug in and put power into the camera. The camera itself, though, is hardwired in. And there we have the USB slot and the micro SD slot. And Reolink were kind enough to provide me with a 64 gig card to go in the camera. It will only go in one way round as usual, so we'll pop that in there. And of course this all works with the Reolink app, which I must say I've used extensively and it is very, very good. I've now plugged in the USB-C, so I'm just going to plug that in to give the camera power. And then what I'll do is I'll start up the app to scan for the camera. And I can scan the QR code.
Welcome to Reolink. Please install Reolink app and scan the QR code on the camera. Veuillez installer l'application Reolink et scanner le code QR sur la
I can
caméra.
hear the voice, so tick that.
Benvenuto a Reolink. Si prega di installare l'app Reolink.
Connect to the network. That's the app just configuring itself now. It's connecting up to the Wi-Fi on the 5G or 5 gigahertz. So I now have it set up in the app. You notice that there are the 2 lenses for each of the cameras, and you'll notice that the line here in the middle, well, you can definitely see where the 2 cameras are. It is because the phone is so close to the lenses, but as it moves further away. But you can also manually adjust that accordingly. Notice I can't turn the lights on at the moment because they do run off of the mains in the back, which we'll get to next. For now, I'm just going to take out the USB, seal up the bottom, so we can then look at the wiring. So here we are back at the back of the camera. You'll notice that there is this ring here that can be removed, so let me just take the tape off to enable that to happen. This will gain us access to the wiring. Like so. It does have a spirit level on there, so you're able to line it up square. And then we have the wiring. Also with this kit, I have the wiring fitting kit, which has a plug on one end, standard 240 volt, and then the wiring on the other end, which we can connect up to the camera at the desired length. There is a fair chunk of lead here. I will have a look in a minute. I think it's about 5 meters, but I'll look in the little booklet to see if it tells us. 6 meters. There we go, 6 meters of cable. Owing to the fact that we have 240 volt in the van, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the inverter to power this up. For now, just have a quick test run, see how it looks. Right, so there we go. That's on there. Power on the inverter. All going well. The camera should initialize, and do they move? They do move, look at that. I do like that. Let's go back to the app. And now on the app we have the option to turn on the floodlights. They are bright. Then you've got your detection alarm. Gives you the area where you can sort of set it, so if you want a zone that's not going to be detected, you can paint it out, as it were. Or you can erase all that so that it detects everywhere. Sensitivity. So you can adjust it in accordance to different people, whether you want it for vehicles to be more sensitive, etc., which is always really nice. And you can also change the size of the items as well. So if, for example, you wanted it to only look out for like smaller cars or such, like, you can do that as well. Sound option and audio recording, so I always turn audio recording on because you never know what you might hear, so I do turn that on and leave that on, so that's a good thing to have. I don't worry about sirens. I've got email alerts and push notifications. That's pretty good as well. So let's go to a full screen mode, which at the moment obviously is a bit mucky because the lenses are in the way. I'll take those off. You'll notice that the screen's a bit white. Let me just turn that light off. See what that does. There we go. That's worked out a bit better. So that's now kind of sitting in the dark, and the GoPro will probably show you that it's sitting in the dark. I'll just show you what that looks like compared to what it looks like on the screen. There's a massive amount of difference in the light level. The good thing is you do have all these different options, like, you know, push notification to email notifications, siren, which is really, really nice. And there is a time lapse option on here as well, so you can set it to do time lapse, which is pretty cool. I've now removed all the fixings from the bag and laid them out so you can see what we've got. We've got pack A, B, C, D, and then we have got the wire nuts here. Well, they're going to be for joining the wires together, so we'll leave those to one side for a minute. So let's start over on the left. So initially, pack B is used with this bar to mount to a junction box. You then use pack A to enable you to then fix this onto this and onto the junction box. The method we're going to go for is we're going to mount to the wall, which is pack C. So we're going to use those, which has got plugs and screws in it. And then pack D is what you use to mount the camera to the back bracket. Right, let's go and drill some holes in the wall. And there we go, folks. That's the 3 holes drilled for the wall plugs to go in. Just going to put the bracket on it now. And there we go, that's the bracket just mounted into place. What I've got to do now is mount the camera on and put the 2 screws in to hold it. Now, this bit down the bottom here pulls out, because you'll notice we are mounting it flush to the wall, and I'm not passing the cabling through the wall. So the cable will come out through the bottom here and track along the wall back to the power source. And there we go, guys. That is the Reolink Elite Floodlight installed and ready to use. Just got to wait for it to get dark now so we can see how good it is. And there we go, guys. That is the lights in full flow. They are proper bright. And there we go, guys. That is the app running on the new camera. It's currently in black and white mode. I need to switch over to the other angle to get the lights up in a second. So we go and put the lights on and then go back to full screen, and there we have it. That lights up absolutely lovely. You'll notice that there's a purple barrier which I've set up on there, which is so that you can have a boundary line, as it were, for the fence. I'll show you inside the settings. We go into yes, then you go for lines crossed. So I put a line in so it protects the van and the car, and I've also put in, oh, not the intruder one, sorry, the loitering, so around by the vehicle. So if someone loiters around by the vehicle, again, that will also alarm as well. The app is absolutely brilliant. It works so well. As I say, you can just go full screen and you can look. And of course I've got these all over the van as well. And you just literally flick sideways to go between them. So looking down, this is the one on the back of the van looking down at the floor. This can be manoeuvred. We've got one on either side of the van, so you can look right around. And now I can obviously view the van from home. So there we go. That is the Reolink Elite Floodlight camera system with the dual lensed 180-degree field of view. As you can see from the setup video, it is very quick and easy to do. The ecosystem works really well. The app is flawless. I've never had the app crash on me, and to flick between the cameras is super easy. It is a really nice interface to work with and really easy to use. Adding additional cameras is just a simple process of scanning the QR code, connecting it to your Wi-Fi network, and then adding the administrative passwords. As for the Elite Floodlight camera itself, I'm very impressed. The picture is sharp as expected, and the floodlights are very effective at lighting up the area. Added to this, all the functionality of the camera with the virtual fence setup, where you can set a line from which if a person crosses it will set off the camera. You've got the zone alarm, so if someone comes into a zone as well, and then you've got the linger alarm, which is where someone hangs around in an area for too long, it will also trigger. And of course, don't forget the AI technology to search for items within the video as well by using the search. For example, white car, it will look through the videos and it will select out the videos that have white cars in them. This function is exceptionally helpful for people that do a lot of footage and then want to single down to a particular vehicle, for example. And with the wide amount of adjustment that's available within the floodlights, it does enable you to get a really good area of coverage with the lights. With regards to the wider use of Reolink products, like the cameras you already have on the van, I found them extremely helpful because they do capture a lot of stuff. There's a great filter system on there so I can search through, and with the fact we don't have any windows on the van, it is nice to be able to look outside at a quick glance and see what's out there. If you're interested in going and picking yourself up one of the Elite Floodlights from Reolink, I will leave a link in the description below, along with all other cameras that are featured on the van. If you wish to see how they were installed, I will leave a link just here. Go and check that video out. That will show you how I installed the 180 view cameras on the van. All that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell till the next video goes live. See you next video.